Scorpio, you know that tightness in your chest when you wake up? That feeling of living a life that isn't yours? That silent scream inside you that no one else can hear? Well, know that God has heard, and the answer has arrived. You are about to leave this place. Not as a distant possibility, not as a vague desire, but as a divine decree that is already in motion, rearranging every piece of your reality at this very moment. This place you are about to leave is not just a physical address. It's a state of being. It's that invisible prison where you've been living, pretending everything is all right, when inside you know you're slowly dying. It's that role you play every day, while your true essence screams for liberation. It's that cycle of pain you know so well, but which you keep repeating because a part of you believes you deserve to suffer. God is warning you now through this message, through this inexplicable connection that brought you here. You were not made for this place. You were not born for this smallness. You did not come into the world to carry pains that are not yours, to live relationships that destroy you, to accept crumbs when you should be feasting. And the time has come for you to leave, not when you feel ready, not when everyone around you agrees. Now, can you feel this divine urgency pulsing within your chest at this moment? The warning came because you reached your limit. That point where remaining in the same place means dying, not physically, but spiritually. Your soul can no longer endure another day in this prison. Your spirit can no longer pretend to be comfortable where it is suffocating. And God, in His infinite mercy, has decided that you have suffered enough. You have learned everything you needed to learn in this place. You have fulfilled all the spiritual contracts that bound you here. Now it is time to leave. I'm going to show you exactly what this place you're leaving means, why you've been stuck here for so long, and most importantly, where God is leading you. Because the exit isn't empty, it's a transition to something so much bigger, so much truer, so much more aligned with who you really are, that you'll wonder how you managed to survive so long in the old version of your life. But I need you to understand, the exit door is only open for a specific period. If you hesitate, if you let fear win, if you listen to the voices that will try to convince you to stay, you may lose this opportunity that heaven is placing in your hands. This place you're leaving has many faces. For some Scorpios, it's a relationship that drains every drop of their vital energy. That bond where you give everything and receive only emotional crumbs. Where you are intense, deep, true, and the other person is superficial, distant, incapable of diving into the depths you naturally inhabit. You know exactly which relationship I'm talking about. The one you should have left a long time ago, but continued out of fear, misplaced loyalty, believing you could save someone who doesn't want to be saved. For others, this place is a work environment that kills their creativity and stifles their talents. Where you need to diminish yourself so as not to threaten the fragile egos around you. Where your natural intensity is seen as a problem instead of a gift. Where you feel you are wasting your potential on tasks that anyone could do. When you were made for transformations that few can achieve. And for some of you, this place is even more subtle. It's a version of yourself that you built to survive, but which has now become your prison. It's that mask you wear to hide your vulnerability, that wall you erected to protect yourself from more pain, that courage you pretend to have when inside you're falling apart. This place is the lie you tell yourself every day, that you're okay, that you're strong, that you don't need anyone, that you can handle everything alone. God is telling you that you no longer need to carry this weight. You no longer need to pretend you don't bleed when you're hurt. You no longer need to be strong all the time. You no longer need to protect people who should be protecting you. You are about to leave this place of forced self-sufficiency and enter a space where you can finally be human, vulnerable, real. Are you afraid to let those defenses fall and discover that the world can hurt you even more? Scorpio, I'm going to tell you a truth that perhaps no one has ever told you. You weren't rejected by the situations and people who left you. You were protected. Every door that closed in your face was preventing you from wasting more time in places that weren't yours. Every person who left your life was making room for those who truly deserved to be by your side. Every failure you experienced was redirecting you towards the true success that could only happen far from that place. But now it's different. Now it's not circumstances that are driving you out of this place. It's God Himself calling you out. It's a divine invitation for you to freely choose to decide that you deserve more. To leave, not because you were forced, but because you recognized your own worth and refused to continue in any situation that doesn't fully honor you. For Scorpios born between October 23rd and November 2nd, this place you are leaving is related to people who exploit your loyalty. You have given your intensity, your depth, your commitment to those who do not value these rare qualities. God is taking you out of this cycle of giving without reciprocity. For those born between November 3rd and 13th, the place you are leaving is a pattern of self-destruction. You have been sabotaging yourself because a part of you believes you don't deserve good things. Heaven is breaking this limiting belief now, and for those born between November 14th and 21st, you are leaving behind a version of yourself that was afraid of its own power. You always knew you were intense, transformative, capable of deeply affecting people, but you were afraid of it. Not anymore. All Scorpios, regardless of their birth date, are being called to leave the place of half-life. That lukewarm space where you exist but don't truly live, where you survive but don't thrive, where you endure but don't celebrate. Scorpio wasn't born for mediocrity. You were born for total intensity, for complete transformations, for experiences that reach the soul. And it is to this kind of life that God is calling you now. Are you willing to abandon the comfort of known survival to embrace the intensity of true life? The reason you're receiving this warning now isn't random. You've reached a critical point where your soul can no longer pretend to be content where it is. The signs have been appearing in increasingly obvious ways. That inexplicable tiredness that no amount of sleep can resolve. That constant irritation with things you used to tolerate. That crying that comes out of nowhere for no apparent reason. That sudden urge to drop everything and start over somewhere else. These are not signs of weakness or instability. They are signs that your soul is rebelling against the prison you have placed it in. It is your spirit crying out that you deserve more, that you were made for more, that you are wasting precious time in a place that was never meant to be permanent. And God heard these cries. He saw your hidden tears. He knows the battles you fight alone while everyone thinks you are fine, and He decided to intervene. The divine warning that reaches you carries 3 essential messages. First, you have suffered enough. You don't need to prove anything more. You don't need to endure anymore. You don't need to be strong in situations that were designed to break you. Second message, something much better is waiting for you, but you need to create space for it to enter your life. And there's no way to create space without emptying what is already occupied. Third message, the time to leave is now. Not tomorrow, not when circumstances become perfect, not when everyone around you agrees. Now. Scorpio, I know you're afraid. Afraid to leave the familiar, even if the familiar hurts you. Afraid to disappoint people who depend on you staying in the place that destroys you. Afraid to discover that maybe you're not as strong as you thought when you're in new territory. But I need you to understand, courage is not the absence of fear. It's acting despite fear because you know that staying where you are will cost you more than leaving. And you, more than any other sign, know the power of transformation through symbolic death. You've been through this before. You've let old versions of yourself die so that new ones could be born. You've traversed dark nights of the soul and emerged stronger on the other side. You've faced your own shadows and survived. This is just another one of those transformations, but this time you're not being forced by circumstances. You're being invited by divine grace. When you finally leave this place, several things will happen simultaneously. First, You'll feel such profound relief that you'll wonder why you waited so long. It's like taking off tight shoes after a long day. You didn't even realize how much you were suffering until the relief arrived. Second, some people will try to convince you to go back. They'll use guilt, emotional manipulation, promises of change that will never materialize. Third, you'll go through an adjustment period where you may question your decision. This is normal. Your body and mind are used to the old pattern, even if that pattern hurt you. But if you resist the temptation to go back, if you trust the transformation process, if you believe that God is truly guiding you towards something better, the most incredible thing will happen. You will begin to recognize yourself. The real you, who has been hidden for so long, will begin to emerge. You will laugh differently. You will speak with a voice that sounds more genuine. You will make decisions based on what you want, not what you think you should want. You will attract people who value your intensity instead of being afraid of it. Are you ready to truly know yourself without the distortions that this place has imposed on your identity? The place where God is leading you is not a specific physical destination, though for some of you it may include actual geographical relocation. It is primarily a completely new state of being. It is a space where you can finally breathe without feeling like you are bothering someone with your existence. Where your intensity is seen as a gift, not a problem. Where your depth is valued, not feared. Where your capacity for transformation is needed, not rejected. In this new place, you will discover that there are people who can dive into the depths with you, who don't run away when you show your darkest layers, who don't judge you for feeling everything so intensely, who understand that your power of transformation comes precisely from your ability to descend into hell and return with wisdom. You will find your true people, those who recognize in you an ancient, battled, but incredibly resilient soul. Scorpio, God is warning you because He loves you too much to let you rot in a place that slowly kills you. You may not feel this love now. You may be so used to the pain that it has become your familiar companion, but divine love doesn't allow you to be comfortable in what destroys you. It shakes you, disturbs you, forces you to see that you deserve more than you have accepted. Conversations that will confirm what you already knew deep down. Situations that will reveal the incompatibility between where you are and who you really are. Opportunities that will appear as exit doors. Don't ignore these signs. Don't rationalize. Don't convince yourself that you can endure a little longer. When God opens an exit door, it's because remaining has become dangerous for your soul. Some of you are thinking, but I have responsibilities. I can't just leave. I understand. And God understands too. He's not asking you to be irresponsible. He's asking you to be responsible to yourself first. Because when you're in a place that destroys you, you can't fulfill your responsibilities in a healthy way anyway. You're giving from an empty cup. You're offering weak versions of what you can truly give. When you leave this place and arrive where you truly belong, you will discover that you can be much more present, much more useful, much more impactful, because you will be operating from a place of fullness instead of emptiness. Your true responsibilities will be honored much more deeply when you are in a place that nourishes you instead of draining you. Others are thinking, but what if I'm wrong? What if this place is the best I can get? Scorpio, that's the voice of fear, not wisdom. Your fear wants to convince you that you don't deserve more than you have, but your soul knows the truth, and God knows your worth better than you do. You're not being called to leave because something better is waiting, although it is. You're being called to leave because staying will cost you your very soul. The truth is, you already know you need to leave. You've known for a long time. Every cell in your body is screaming for you to go. Every instinct is pushing you toward the exit door. The only thing keeping you trapped is fear. Fear of the unknown, fear of disappointing others, fear of being alone, fear of not being able to survive outside this familiar prison. But God did not give you a spirit of fear. He gave you a spirit of power, of love, and of self-control. And now he is activating that power within you. He is reminding you of who you truly are beneath all the layers of trauma, pain, and conditioning. You are a Scorpio, created for transformation, for rebirth, to emerge stronger from each symbolic death. This place you are leaving is just another old shell that needs to be discarded so that the new version of you can emerge. Wherever you're going, you'll need courage. You'll need to trust yourself in ways you never have before. You'll need to believe you deserve to occupy space, that your voice matters, that your feelings are valid, that your intensity is a gift. You'll need to let go of people you love, but who aren't capable of loving you the way you deserve. You'll need to abandon roles that defined you, but limited you. You'll need to let go of versions of yourself that protected you, but now imprison you. This will not be easy. Scorpio knows the pain of profound transformation, but you also know the power of rebirth. You know that on the other side of death, there is always new life, that from the ashes, the phoenix always rises, that from the deepest darkness emerges the brightest light, and you have everything within you to make this passage once again. This time, not because you were forced, but because you chose to honor the divine calling that came to you. God is warning you now. You are about to leave this place, not as punishment but as liberation. Not because you failed, but because you fulfilled everything you came here to do. Not because you are weak, but because you are strong enough to start again. And on the other side of this exit, there is a life waiting for you. A life that seems impossible now, but which will reveal itself as the only life that has ever made sense to your soul. In the coming days, observe the doors that open, the invitations that arrive, the opportunities that appear, the insights that arise, the confirmations you receive. All of this is part of the divine plan to take you out of this place and put you where you truly belong. Don't question too much. Don't analyze until you're paralyzed. Simply trust that the one who created you knows exactly what you need and is orchestrating every detail so that you can leave without looking back. Scorpio, there's a version of you that never had to shrink to fit into small spaces, that never had to hide its intensity so as not to scare anyone, that never had to pretend to be less profound than it is to make others feel comfortable. That version of you is waiting on the other side of this exit. It's ready to take the place that this limited you is about to leave. And when you finally walk through that door, when you finally leave this place behind, you will look back only once, not with regret, but with gratitude. Gratitude for having survived. Gratitude for having learned. Gratitude for having been strong enough to stay while you needed to and brave enough to leave when the time came. The warning has been given. The door is open. The path is illuminated. Now all that's left is for you to take the first step out of this place that was never meant to contain you. You were created for much more than just surviving. You were created to live intensely, to love deeply, to transform completely. And that can only happen when you have the courage to leave this place and trust that God has already prepared something infinitely better for you. Share in the comments if you felt this calling to leave behind a place, a situation, a version of yourself. Your courage to share might be exactly what another Scorpio needs to take the step they've been putting off. Subscribe to the channel because you'll need strength for the days to come. You'll need reminders that you're not alone in this transformation. You'll need confirmation that you're making the right choice when fear arises. Turn on notifications to receive exactly the message you need when you need it. God is warning you. You are about to leave this place. Accept the invitation. Trust the process. Prepare to be reborn. Because your true life is waiting for you on the other side of this door, and you deserve every ounce of freedom, love, and fulfillment that comes with the courage to leave. Are you ready to finally leave this place and discover who you truly are, when you are no longer trapped in a prison of your own making?